Hi, I'm 𝗦𝗛𝗥𝗘, Chair of Peter's Ponderings Ministry. This is a ministry initiated by volunteers. We hope to bring biblical and inspirational perspective on life. Our vision is to instill courage, provoke thinking, and extend God's love in our world. If you have been blessed, we encourage you to sow into this ministry so that we can bless more people. Below are the ways that you can give.
What goes around comes around. All labor in human experience return to the point of origin, or so it seems. The Middle Eastern sage reminisces, generations come and generations go. The sun rises and the sun sets and hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning on its course. To the place the streams come from, there they return again. There is no remembrance of men of old, and even those who are yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow. Small wonder the writer concludes that life is a meaningless chasing after the wind. The sage's observations are a summary of the fears of those ahead in years. At some point between midlife and end life, the fears of the years are accentuated and unnerving. These uncertainties can lead to self-doubt and render one's remaining years an anxious, meaningless existence. The fundamental fear is a loss of significance. As we watch bright young stars innovate, scintillate, and steal our thunder, we feel threatened that our achievements would be surpassed and our value diminished. That there are improvements on our lifelong accomplishments by our younger replacements must indicate that our contributions are not good enough. We are quietly forgotten as attention is focused on the rising stars. As the wisdom writer asserts, there is no remembrance of men of old. Too many retirees recall their time in the sun with nostalgia and shrivel in despair as they slink forgotten into the twilight zone. Many of us bring this eventuality upon ourselves when we are entrenched in positions of authority, unwilling to create opportunities for new ideas to be tested or young talent to be fielded. Asian tradition is aggravating when it advises that the young should be seen and not heard. It is commonly believed and certainly practiced that as long as you are in the presence of a generation that has eaten more salt than you have rice and crossed more bridges than you have roads, you keep your opinions to yourself while the elders pontificate. Patronized, the upstarts will hold their tongue till the day in the sun comes, when they will return the favor to those who they deem to have perfected mediocrity. This could have been avoided if experienced leaders would give permission for the young to strut their stuff, embrace and encourage their resourcefulness, and attribute corporate success to their fresh approach. Wise elders create leadership estuaries where the salt of their experience interact with the fresh ideas of newbies to bring about new life. Where such nurturing support is proffered, the young inevitably recognize that they rise only on the shoulders of giants who are magnanimous enough to remain below the waterline of visibility. They will acknowledge the shoulders that have been broad enough to accommodate their romping experimentations, the hearts that have been big enough to forgive their enlarged egos and stubborn ways, and the nurturing patience that have tolerated rough edges till the shining jewel emerges. When these young princes assume leadership roles, they will honor the mentors who have nurtured and prepared them for their responsibilities. They will ensure that all the investments in them have not been wasted. They will build on their predecessors' accomplishments, but go beyond the benchmarks with their own contributions. A leader who has served his or her time does not need to be relegated to irrelevance or insignificance. It is very heartwarming and amusing at the same time when elder statesmen and women are credited for their far-sightedness when their physical eyesight is failing. When what they see in the rear-view mirror is longer than the horizon in the windscreen, these nurturing stalwarts will be honored and their opinions respected. The late Peter Drucker, management guru par excellence, was a sterling example. Long after he had retired from teaching in the classroom and consulting in the boardroom, he was still sought by corporate leaders. They flocked to his living room to seek his wisdom. Drucker insisted that leadership is about human beings. Its task is to make people capable of joint performance, to make their strengths effective and their weaknesses irrelevant. He contributed beyond his incumbent years and has been honored in many ways. His legacy and memory still live on. Obviously, not all who are nurtured reward their mentors. Even Paradise had Lucifer. A leader may conscientiously attempt to build people only to be rewarded with ingratitude. For every leader who is self-serving, there is a follower who is self-absorbed. Self-maximization is the primal assertion of human preservation. It is expressed in manifold behaviors and attitudes. But it is easier to recognize exploitation, manipulation, self-advancement, and self-justification in others than in ourselves. While it is instinctive to universalize our pain, a leader who is serious about serving will not hedge his or her interests in the face of betrayal, but will continue to give himself or herself to others. All seasoned leaders I know have been betrayed in some way by those they have nurtured. Only those who are true to their leadership vocation go beyond self-interests to continue encouraging and raising others. To succumb to the fear of not being remembered is to ensure that eventuality. To look only after self-interests is to guarantee that others will desire to displace us. Only when we focus on building others, on fulfilling our vision and calling, or on the goals of organizations we serve, will we ensure that our lives will be fulfilling and our memories enduring. Human efforts do not have to be pointless, going round in circles and getting nowhere. They can be purposeful and meaningful. Fulfillment does not come at the expense of others. The most gratifying experiences in life come from giving ourselves to others. That is an unmistakable characteristic of those who walk in the steps of the Master, who declared, "I have come to serve, not to be served, and then to give away my life." People who pursue such life goals may even end up being emulated and loved long after their incumbent years.
Thank you for watching this short video. We hope you have been blessed. This is a question for this session for you to ponder and to discuss with your group.